For decades, the soda industry has always been dominated by billion-dollar giants like Coca-Cola and Pepsi, spending up to $4 to $5 billion on commercials every year. But recently, a small Oakland-based brand named Olipop has gained massive market share with their social media strategies, proving that you don't really require huge advertising budgets for more sales. To give you some more context, Olipop went from 40 California stores in 2021 to over 50,000 retail locations nationwide in 2025 and reached a valuation of $1.85 billion in February 2025, which is crazy when compared to the fact that Olipop generated less than $1 million in its first year. So what was their exact marketing strategy that big giants weren't able to decode? And what can we learn as brand marketers through this story? This is exactly how Olipop harnessed the power of TikTok and proved that you don't need millions in advertising to build a billion-dollar brand. My name's Ellie, and in Vista Social, we decode some of the biggest internet marketing stories that can give you valuable insights in brand marketing. If you're a brand marketer watching this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and check out all that Vista Social has using the link below. To understand Olipop's viral strategy, we first need to know where it started and why its product mattered in the first place. Olipop was launched in late 2018 with an initial investment of $100,000 from founders Ben Goodwin and David Lester by selling their previous venture, Obi, a prebiotic soda company they launched in 2013 with a similar ambition but failed to scale. Ben Goodwin, Olipop's co-founder and chief formula maker, was determined to track what Obi couldn't: a prebiotic soda that's healthy and actually tasted good. So why does this matter? In the aftermath of the pandemic, Olipop noticed a major shift. People were actively moving towards healthier, functional options. They found these three categories of people to be the most suitable target audience. First were the health-conscious individuals, people who are constantly seeking alternatives to maintain a balanced lifestyle. The second group were core soda lovers, people who love traditional sodas and were not able to switch because Diet Cokes and other zero sugar sodas just didn't taste good. And finally, Gen Z, digitally native, label-aware consumers who prioritize health, transparency, and brands that just don't try way too hard to sell themselves. So they spent an entire year perfecting their recipe, testing different combinations until they created something revolutionary: a prebiotic soda with 9 grams of fiber and only 2 to 5 grams of sugar, then a regular Coke with 0 nutritional benefits. Initially, they just started with 3 flavors: ginger lemon, strawberry vanilla, and cinnamon cola in 40 Northern California grocery stores, which people loved instantly. But Olipop's early traction was quite low, generating only $852,000 as gross revenue in its first year, and nearly $1 million in the second year, 2019. Marketing a soda alternative against giants who could burn billions on Super Bowl ads and celebrity endorsement was not an easy game. So Olipop came up with a genius strategy, which became the turning point for them. This included the following. Number 1, marketing for targeted niche. While studying their ideal customer, where they spent their time and how their habits were changing, Olipop found an interesting insight. Most of their customers were Gen Zs and millennials and were all using TikTok. So by December 2021, instead of burning millions on traditional advertising, Olipop smartly shifted its entire marketing strategy to TikTok's organic ecosystem. This became an instant hit among young people and resulted in more and more people interested in health-conscious products finding about the brand. Secondly, micro-influencers over big influencers. Instead of looking like just any other brand trying to sell something, they tried to connect with their audience through small influencers. So they started sending their product samples as gifts to micro-influencers having just 5,000 to 10,000 followers to get real natural reactions, avoiding the big influencers that brands usually try to collaborate with. They were majorly college students, wellness enthusiasts, and just regular people trying to become influencers. TikToker Sarah Crane, aka the Olipop girl, who had just 8,000 followers at the time, ended up as the face of Olipop's brand. Over time, with consistency, she became not only their creator, but a recognizable face among Olipop fans. Creators like Sarah knew their audience best, which meant they knew how how to create the right videos to keep viewers engaged. Whether it's keeping up with trends or developing different video formats that circulated around Olipop drinks, they all contributed to Olipop partnership, which generated hundreds of videos and millions of views. And this caused Olipop sales to skyrocket from 1 million in 2019 to 400 million in 2024. So that's just in 4 years. People's interest towards Olipop kept on increasing day by day because it didn't just make healthy soda. It made great tasting soda, offering familiar flavors like Ridge Rush and Vintage Cola that mimicked classics like Mountain Dew and Coca-Cola while filling the demand of great tasting healthy soda. On top of that, there was a rise in gut health awareness that got their drinks front row seats. Hashtag gut health massed over 700 million views on TikTok, which coincided with the purpose of their drinks. In addition to replacing soda, Olipop coincidentally responded to other consumer demand that aligned with their timeline. By the end of 2022, Olipop had reached $60 million in revenue, and this huge difference was seen just because of its TikTok strategy. Number 4, turning product consumers into creators. Olipop realized that people don't just want to consume content, they want to create it. So instead of just selling soda, they found creative ways to market their brand. The Olipop girl, Sarah, featured in a recipe series where she makes popular drink imitations out of different Olipop flavors. The iconic Aperol Spritz cocktail with orange squeeze, a cherry slushy out of cherry cola, and her Sleepy Girl mocktails was some of the imitations that went viral on social media. Each recipe reframed Olipop not just as a soda replacement, but also as a versatile drink with real creative range. They even introduced 2 mascot Yetis named Ollie and Pop, adding a layer of cutesy, playful content that made the brand feel warm and approachable. The over-the-top chaotic moments weren't polished or scripted, they were unexpected, funny, and wildly shareable. Olipop transformed collaborations from simple partnerships into full-blown cultural events, turning their brand into an experience people wanted to be part of. They partnered with SpongeBob for its Pineapple Paradise flavor, released collectible can designs, built interactive Roblox gaming experiences, and even organized an in-store treasure hunt. Consumers weren't just buying a drink, they were participating in an experience. The packaging was so visually appealing that people were hunting down the cans like they were limited edition sneakers, purchasing multiple boxes just to own all 5 designs. Their Barbie collection took it even further. They launched a peaches and cream flavor inspired by the iconic 1985 peaches and cream Barbie doll, complete with a virtual Barbie dream kitchen where 5,000 daily visitors could win free cans. The flavor became so popular that it outsold eggs at Sprouts. And when it accidentally launched early due to a distributor mistake, the social media buzz amplified the sales. Instead of interrupting what people were already doing on TikTok, Olipop gave people a reason to include them by making their brand so fun, useful, and shareable that creating content about it felt less like advertising and more like being a part of a movement. And the business impact? Olipop's UGC content gained over 560 million views on hashtag Olipop Partner, while boosting engagement, loyalty, and sales without the need of heavy ad spends. So here's the real takeaway for every brand trying to break through in 2026. Olipop didn't just get lucky with TikTok's rise to become a 1.85 billion brand. It trusted micro-influencers over celebrities when every other competitor did the opposite. They proved something simple yet powerful. You don't win by outspending your competition. You win by outcreating them. Turn your customers into brand ambassadors, content into culture, and your product into a necessity. Their entire strategy boiled down to one belief: if you give people something worth creating about, they'll market it for you.